And now he's going to play against Niemann in the last round. You couldn't write a better script for this tournament if you tried. Wow. And the situation is that there are 5 players at 8.5 points. It's Magnus, it's Hikaru, it's Vincent, it's Hans, and it's Duda. And these two, whoever wins the tournament.
Wow.
A fight to the death.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about the tiebreak situation. That could change, of course, depending on results in this round. But yeah, I don't think a draw suits either of these two. Wow. If Magnus had won that game, as he possibly should have done, then he might have been tempted to go for a draw against Hans, and his tiebreak would have been good. He would have at least secured top 2, top 3. But okay, here we go. It's a Slav defense, and it's going to be a fun one. He's asking Hans Niemann to take this knight, double the white pawn structure. He gets the bishop pair, though. Hans takes a pawn instead, and Magnus is likely to, at some point, go after that pawn again. Okay, maybe not now with his knight, but this is going to be a fun game. Magnus, pawn sacrifice, he wants the win.
Yeah, I'm looking at the tiebreaks now. Magnus has the best tiebreaks, but anything can happen in those final rounds because in the course of Title Tuesday, some players drop out when they realize like there's not much to play for anymore, and you can be a little bit unlucky with who you played in the beginning. Magnus, of course, he won the first 8 games in a row, so he's played against really good players. But in the end, after 11 rounds, you've played against a lot of different people, so this is going to be interesting. And Hikaru is playing against Duda, so those two are both incentivized as well. And then Keimer playing against Theodoru, so this is going to be a real thriller of a last round in this Title Tuesday Game Week 6.
Yeah, just peeking over, a quick update. Duda versus Nakamura looks like a crazy position. I think a draw is the least likely result there, so very likely, well, same on the board between Theodoru and Keimer, so good news for Keimer.
Everyone wants to win.
Everyone wants blood.
I'm wondering if Niemann and Hikaru kind of regret the quick draw.
Yeah.
Now that they saw that Magnus drew.
Especially Hikaru, like he had white.
Yeah.
Like he takes these draws against Hans Niemann these days.
He respects him he sees him as a threat.
Exactly. Hans is very good at blitz. I would say probably his best time format. Hikaru now has got a very, very bad position, apparently.
Okay.
So we'll update everyone, of course, if results come in. But here and now, it's Magnus trying to gain the pawn back. Finally, he opens up a threat on the Queen's Gambit pawn, I'll call it. The pawn you sacrifice in these Queen's Gambit, these Slavs, these types of positions. He can take it back now, but the Queen would get hit by the Black Knight. So he doesn't pull the trigger yet, Magnus. He first hits the Black Queen, tickles that piece, asks the question, where is it going? Is it going back? Is it going the whole way across the board? Swing over to the king's side. This is a very tense position. Magnus, for the first time, slightly better. According to the eval bar. Oh.
Yeah, and Niemann, I think he really wants to redeem himself in Blitz because he has this reputation of being amazing, but in the World Blitz, just a week ago, he did a really disappointing tournament, lost quite a lot of rating, even dropped out when there was 1 round left. So yeah, he wants to prove himself, and one way of doing that would be to win Title Tuesday immediately after and strike back.
Yeah, he's had a tough 2025, Hans Niemann in general. Like, he didn't quite make it to the Esports World Cup final bracket. He didn't quite make it the Grand Swiss, lost in the last round to Giri. It feels like he keeps losing in the last round.
Yeah.
And, okay, World Rapid and Blitz in general, he had a tough time. So.
And he got a 4th place in the Rapid, right? So that was an amazing result. But, of course, it's also a little bit like, oh, getting 4th place. You just missed the podium.
That's true.
Yeah, he needs a big win right now.
Yeah, it was the Blitz he had a tough time. You're right. The Rapid he did actually very, very well, and could have been even better. But in the Rapid he did lose to Magnus Carlsen.
Okay.
So that was the one maybe that got away. And 3 minutes versus 3 minutes. Magnus is better here apparently. I would say it's unclear. White's bishop does cut across this diagonal, meaning the Black King cannot legally castle onto the king's side. So that's why I guess Magnus has the advantage. But Black does have an extra pawn for now. Although Magnus now is going for that pawn with his knight. Difficult to defend it.
Magnus rolling up his sleeves. He's getting ready. He's down to less than 3 minutes, and that's when it's time to get serious. 1 round left of this tournament. If he wins, it looks like he has the best tie breaks, but then he needs to win this game against Hans Niemann, who equally, if not even more, wants to win this game.
Definitely. Okay, big moments. If Hans allows Magnus to take this pawn back and get his knight in with a nasty check, it's just game over. The stakes are high, so he tries to speed things up. He blocks the white bishop's diagonal. but he has given his pawn back, and now Magnus is the one threatening to go up a pawn. The most obvious move now would be to bring the knight in to attack Magnus's bishop. I think that's probably what Hans Niemann has on his mind, or he could be contemplating castling first before it's too late. He gives a check instead. Magnus will likely just move his king back. There we go, to safety. I don't think Magnus is risking much in this position. 1 minute up now as well.
Yeah.
Even if these two pawns disappear, it's just a symmetrical position. So I think at the very least, Magnus will emerge with equality.
And as you said, David, we saw it against Grishik that Magnus, if he has to go for the flagging in the final round to win the tournament, he'll do that.
Yeah, especially against Hans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it'll get to that point. Hans has given up a pawn now. He was a pawn up just 5 moves ago. Now he's a pawn down. Okay, he takes that one back, but b7 hangs, and he still hasn't castled. Hans Niemann is going to get his king to safety surely now. It's before it's too late. Like, last chance. There we go. But now he's a pawn down, and Magnus can keep that pawn on a safe square soon, or just defend it with his rook. It's going to be a long grind. Hans is fighting for a draw on the board. Hikaru massively worse against Duda. Drama everywhere.
Duda, who actually started with a draw and lost round 4 and then has had an amazing comeback. I can't even believe that he managed to make himself relevant to the tournament. But here he is in the final round. Wow. He got a 2nd place last week. He still wants that win. Hasn't gotten it yet.
Just like Kaima earlier, he's also on a 6-win streak.
Oh, wow.
Could become 7. And sometimes that helps. Like, you lose early and you know your tie breaks will be bad. So you know nothing else to do but win. You just have to win, win, win. And it looks like Magnus is the one going for the win, win, win here, because he's 2 pawns up suddenly.
Wow.
Just needs to solve the question of his knight, although that knight isn't even hanging. The black queen and rook need to defend the other rook at the top of the board. So for now, it's fine for Magnus. Will he bring his knight away, go for other targets? Looks fantastic for the Norwegian Grandmaster here.
Let's see what he says.
He's so focused.
He takes a b2.
Yeah, Magnus is just calculating lines. He's not celebrating just yet. He's taking it very seriously.
Yeah, as he should. Good tip for everyone at home. You don't want to look at other boards, other results. Just focus on your own destiny, your own fate. And Hans does try to cover his 7th rank, but that shouldn't be enough. Magnus now can give a check with his queen. He could also give a check with his rook if he wants. It's looking fantastic.
Ooh, but Magnus has spent a lot of time now, is what I'm realizing. The clocks have really evened out.
Ooh,
but he's threatening a checkmate.
Yeah, that's a huge threat. And oh, it's not quite checkmate there.
Oh, no.
Hans, he would have put his king across. His queen would have been defending a square. But now, maybe now, rook check. The queen check is coming. The knight is coming back. That just looks over.
No, Magnus is pulling back. He was worried about something.
Ooh, he's just pushing his pawn.
But the time situation is evening out. Magnus trying to trade the queens.
He just loves an endgame, Magnus Carlsen. There we go. He's going to give up one of his extra pawns. He's going to keep that pawn, though. He can keep that with his knight now. There we go. And he's going to bring his rook round top of the board and make a new queen.
Oh, he doesn't have to defend his knight because then the pawn goes in. So Magnus is free to go help that pawn. This looks like the simplest way to win. He looks comfortable.
Yeah, he's going to get this. Magnus Carlsen is so close now. And there we go. Hans Niemann leans back. If rook takes knight, he's going to make a new queen and win that rook. He's going to win material either way now, Magnus. He's going to get Hans Niemann again. He's going to move up to 9.5 to catch Duda, who beat Nakamura.
Which is crazy. So let's see what Magnus says now. Is he going to realize that he...
Very, very shaky last 3 games. But I think... queen a6 was a mistake. Queen h5, that's not easy to...
I thought that he was going to say, but I think I won the tournament. But no, he immediately was analyzing